War rages across the mortal realms. New alliances are formed while others lie shattered, and the dominant powers ever seek their next conquest. As these two powerful forces prepare to clash, only one will rise victorious when the dust settles. While this and countless other battles rage on, one fact is becoming clear. The season of war has begun. This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and the FLGS Partners, Warfire Minis, and X-Planet.
Hello and welcome to Season of War! Tonight we are bringing you guys another game of Age of Sigmar. Ryan, bringing out the Nurgle.
Yes.
A couple beasts on the table again.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah, a few. But just before we get into things, I do want to remind you guys that we have a campaign going right now for our Beast of Chaos army, trying to get it commission painted. So we can get that on the table as soon as possible to showcase the new book coming out. It's one of the few armies we don't have at the channel. That and Slanesh, but anyways, Beast of Chaos, if you guys want to support through super chats or super thanks, we super appreciate it. And obviously it just goes into the channel and helping us make more content, so.
Nice.
But for tonight, here we are playing the Prize of Gallet. 5 objectives on the table, though none of them are active. 1 activated per battle round by the player going second. It can pair interesting with the Proving Ground too, though we do have at least 1 unit each of Galatian veterans. And just normal hold 1, 2 more storing here. The first battle round, only the center objectives can be activated, and then free for all from there. And yeah, as we said, Ryan, you're playing Nurgle. The YouTube members voted for me to... Actually, the opposite.
They voted for me.
They voted for you. I chose to play Ironjawz because we haven't had them on in a bit. And you were open to whatever. So yeah, they voted for you to play Nurgle, actually. So
yep.
Yeah, we're going to have a good match here. Do you want to take us through your list?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm playing a Befouling Host, which makes the Beast of Nurgle battle line, which is kind of important given that I have so many of them. Yep. It also gives me a second tree, so there are 2 trees in my deployment zone here. Then I have 7 individual Beasts of Nurgle, and they're aligned quite nicely into defensive formation. I have Blob here. He's just great overall for doing mortal wounds, causing problems. He knows the spell Gift of Disease. He'll probably mostly cast his own spell, but he has Gift of Disease in case nothing's in range for his own spell to be relevant. So it's just kind of there. I have 10 Plague Bearers, which are here to do Plague Bearer things, basically in case something gets Proving Ground. Yeah. Other than that, I have Festus the Leech Lord down here. He knows Magnificent Buboes. Again, his built-in spell's so good, he'll probably cast that most of the time. But Buboes is a 21-inch range, so it gives me something to cast if you're out of range of his built-in spell. And it's pretty good because you have a Maw Crusher that really likes -1 to hit. Yep.
Well, not so much, but it hurts him.
I like him to have it.
Yes.
It's Christmas time. It's his present. So that's that. And then other than that, I have 3 Nurglings that are currently in Deep Strike or whatever we want to call. What do Nurglings do when they're not on the battlefield yet?
Reserve. They're hiding. They're being filthy.
And then finally, we have my General, the Great Unclean One. Pretty standard loadout with the Wither Stave. He also has the Nurgling Infestation for the -1 to be hit, because never leave home without it. He's rocking the Bell to help him with the additional summoning. And yeah, that's him. And that's pretty much my army. I was a 2-drop list because I fit myself into 2 battle regiments. Nice. And that's me.
Nice. Well, for me, again, I'm playing Ironjawz tonight. Bloodtooth sub-faction, making all my pigs battle line, letting them do some tricks after they charge, fight, and kill stuff. Potentially charging again or moving again. So those are always kind of good tech pieces. Also, as another battle line unit, I have a unit of 10 brutes here who can be super tanky and hitty, well, wound dense, and they can hit pretty hard. And also hitting hard is my Mega Boss on Maw Crusher. He's got the Fasten Mount trait, and he's got the Arcane Tome with Basham Lads as his spell for the +1 to wound aura, because everybody likes +1 to wound. And then I have a Mega Boss on foot who's got the Destroyer artifact, so he's pretty hitty as well. So he'll get in there and mess somebody up. Also, helping people mess things up is my War Chanters. I brought 2 of them. They're giving out their buffs for +1 damage to a unit each. And then I have a Weird Knob Shaman, who is my general. He's got Master of Magic and Hand of Gork to teleport around, so giving me a little extra mobility because 36 inches in one phase or one turn isn't enough movement for me.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Well, that is, again, quick list here tonight. But Ryan, as you said, 2 battle regiments for you. I had a Bounty Hunters for my pigs, Command Entourage, and then that was pretty much it. So you do have choice here.
You're going first.
All right. No surprise there.
I'm terrified of your double turn. We're not going to.
That's fair. What objective do you want to activate?
So we're going to activate this one.
Okay.
And we're also going to make the Proving Ground.
Sounds good. So we will jump into Ironjawz, turn 1.
Nice.
With the lumbering demons slow to react, the Ironjawz battle tactic is desecrate their lands. The Maggot can activate the left objective and make it the Proving Ground. The Megaboss fails heroic leadership while the Great Unclean One succeeds. The War Chanters use Violent Fury on the 3 Gorgruntas and the Brutes. The Gorgruntas use Mighty Destroyers to move in the hero phase. The Weird Knob Shaman casts a great big green Hand of Gork to teleport the Brutes. Another unit of Gorgruntas and Megaboss also move using Mighty Destroyers. Using their cunning and waiting for an opening, unlike how I would play, the Ironjawz complete their battle tactic and score 4 points.
Well, Ironjawz turn 1 was as effective as I needed it to be, mainly getting my teleport off, failed it, but got the reroll Master of Magic off to teleport my Brutes, so take this objective. Forced me to throw a unit that I probably want to keep central because of their speed or lack thereof. Forced me to move them out a little bit, but you have enough tricks in Ironjawz that I'm okay with it. And then I used the page to get Desecrate over here on your terrain because battle tactics are hard when there aren't really objectives on the table. So I got the maximum kind of points available to me, so I'm super happy about that. Played rather conservatively, especially with the double. I could have, actually Ryan made a point of throwing a unit forward to pin, make you go into it first turn and then move out the second turn. Could have helped either way.
I think you made the right choice because in retrospect you would have given me opportunity to get eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Which is
well, no, I haven't killed anything.
No, but if you charged in, you might have.
Oh
killed
yes,
one.
if I killed a beast.
That's the big one because it's like right now I might not score any points this turn.
Cool.
Which I'm not happy about.
Fingers crossed. I like the sounds of that.
But
so,
you would have given me an opportunity.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, with that, it's all for the orcs. They're primed and ready, depending on what the Maggotkin want to do. So we'll just get into it. Going into Nurgle, turn 1.
Sounds good.
Overjoyed at the opportunity to spread Grandfather's blessing, the Nurgle battle tactic is desecrate their land. The Great Unclean One and Megaboss both fail heroic leadership. The cycle of corruption begins with rampant disease. The Great Unclean One fails to cast Mystic Shield and has Fleshy Abundance unbound. Blow Up casts Gift of Disease. The Beast of Nurgle uses at the double. The Nurglings deep strike into the battlefield. The Gorgruntas use Alet Defense as Blow Up shoots at them and deals 3 damage. Nurgle's disease points deal 4 mortal wounds in total. With Nurglings behind enemy lines, the Mega can complete their battle tactic and score 2 points.
All right, so my turn's done. I did oodles more than Jordan. I moved up a little itty bitty bit at maximum Nurgle velocity. Believe it or not, I managed to roll, 4 1s on run rolls until I just spent the command point to do a fast run. I wasn't looking to engage him. I just wanted to be close enough to just mess with his movement shenanigans. Other than that, I knew I couldn't get the objective this turn. He has 10 brutes on it. It just was never going to happen. But I was able to score Desecrate their lands with my Nurglings over there. It was the one and only battle tactic.
So you got 2 points.
Yep, so I'm not falling super far behind. I spat out the Vile Bile. It landed on some Gore-Grunters.
Did 3 damage, a lot more than I did.
Yep, so it's great. And then I put disease points on everything, which I just realized we forgot to roll for. So we're going to do that off camera in a second here. But yeah, I did Gifted Disease, and it hit almost his whole army.
Yeah, a ton, like 8 units.
Which is really nice because I need to start chipping damage away because that's how I kill stuff. So overall, I don't hate the turn. I think I'm in not too bad shape. So
yeah, sounds good.
That's my turn.
I guess then we'll do disease points off camera, but before that we can roll priority.
What if that influences my?
It could, but it won't. 6. I win ties.
Well, then why did I roll dice? All right. Well, are you gonna take it, or you can give it?
I don't know. This is a tough one, actually. I'm not really going to be doing too much. I do think I'm going to give you the turn here and hold on. And it's risky. If I don't get the double back, it might not be worth it. I can't rely on another priority win, so I'm going to give it to you.
All right.
We're going to Nurgle turn 2.
Given the chance to spread their filth, the Nurgle battle tactic is Gifts of Nurgle. The Ironjawz activate an objective and the cycle of corruption advances to Corrupted Regrowth. The Great Unclean One fails heroic leadership and the Maw Crusher fails heroic recovery. The Guo casts a Mystic Shield on himself, then Fleshy Abundance on the Plague Bearers. Blow Up casts Miasma of Pestilence but is unbound. The 3 beasts deal a combined 5 mortal wounds on impact. The first beast attacks the Gore-Gruntas, dealing 4 damage. Ryan forgot to summon his sloppity bile piper, but we let him do it anyway. He plays my Love is like a ripe, ripe fart. Lovely. The Gore-Grunta fights, dealing 2 damage to the Beast of Nurgle. The Nurglings attack the War Chanter, dealing 3 damage to him. The Gore-Gruntas use all-out attack and take out a Beast of Nurgle. The other beast fights back, dealing 2 damage to the Gore-Gruntas. The War Chanter attacks and deals 3 damage to the Nurglings. The last 2 beasts attack and finish off the last Gore-Grunta. Nurgle's disease points deal 6 mortal wounds in total and take out the War Chanter. Then the Gore-Gruntas use Inspiring Presence. Smashing into enemy lines, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and score 2 points.
All right, so my turn's done. It actually turned out to be a fantastic turn. I didn't really want the double because I was worried about not really scoring. But then I remembered that I could do the charge in and be 3 inches or within 3 inches of the same unit. I charged the Gore-Gruntas, I was scared at first because I thought I was going to kill them, but I managed to power in a way where all 3 of my guys are within range of the Mega Boss. So I was able to score my battle tactic. I summoned a Sloppity Bilepiper, which meant his stuff can't pile into me, so they're now in combat.
Yep.
But they couldn't fight me, so it's just a delightful situation all around.
So you got your battle tactic.
Yep, got my battle tactic. The most exciting part of the turn, however, was the Nurgling kill squad. They charged in. Didn't do a ton of damage, but they got 6 6s, they got lots of disease points.
Yep.
And then Jordan hit me back, and he made me take 11 disease rolls.
Yeah, so I did 11 damage.
11 damage, and I made
7
ward saves, leaving 1 base and 1 wound, and they healed up. I thought he was going to clear out the unit or come close to it.
He tried his best.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
That's about the best I've ever rolled with ward saves. So that was fantastic. So overall, pretty good. Other than that, we had some decent disease point rolls. I did roll enough disease points to finish off that guy, which was the Nurgling Kill Squad's mission. They have now accomplished their mission. They've scored me 2 points. They've killed a guy. I don't care what happens to them the rest of the game. They're superstars in my books. Disease points all around. We had a couple charges over here. You killed one of my beasts. I did some damage to you. It wasn't the best, but whatever. You're tied up over there.
Yep.
Overall, I'm not in a terrible position. You did activate that objective back there, which I just can't get, so I'm not scoring primary at all.
Yes.
You're just, but I feel like I'm in a position here where you're kind of you're not going to be able to move around much this turn. Mm-hmm. And if you don't get the double, I think we're going to get into a situation where I start taking a lot of board control. So I'm pretty happy. My magic phase also, by the way, was very ineffectual. I missed a bunch of stuff, and then you unbound the one that mattered. But he does have Mystic Shield on him, so he's pretty tanky. So if you do get some stuff on him, I think you'll have a tough time bringing him down. So overall, I'm happy with how the turn went. It was
solid.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be bad. I thought you made the right choice to give me the turn, but I think it turned out in my favor. So I'm happy going into
just sad about the War Chanter for my own part is the only thing I'm really worried about, but it hurts.
Yep. So we're in good shape here. I'm happy, so pass it over to you.
Sounds good. And with that, we'll jump into Ironjawz turn 2.
Looking to take the fight back to demons, the Ironjawz battle tactic is gaining momentum. The Maw Crusher uses heroic leadership, which the Guo fails. The War Changer uses violent fury on the Gorgruntas. The Maw Crusher casts Blast 'em Lads, and the Shaman casts a great big green hand of Gork on the Gorgruntas. You wrote dork. The Maw Crusher uses Mighty Destroyers on the Gorgruntas, Mega Boss, and himself. The Maw Crusher stomps and finishes off the Beast of Nurgle. The Maw Crusher then fights first, using all-out attack and kills another Beast of Nurgle. Smashing and bashing, let's go! The Brutes fight next, also using all-out attack and kill a Beast of Nurgle. The Mega Boss fights next, but only deals 4 damage. The Nurgling attacks the Gorgruntas, dealing 2 damage. The Gorgruntas use all-out attack and fight back, taking out the Nurglings. The Beast of Nurgle attacks the Mega Boss, but deals no damage. Nurgle's disease points deal 8 mortal wounds in total. Crushing demons across the battlefield, the Ironjawz complete their battle tactic and score 5 points.
Ironjawz turn 2, we were fairly effective. Only one unit that I didn't kill of the 4 that I was targeting, 5 that I was targeting. I took out 3 Beasts of Chaos. The Mega Boss on foot let me down a little bit. I knew it was risky. I really, again, huge thing about killing my other War Chanter, I would have buffed both the Mega Boss and the Gorgruntas here. if I could have. Mega Boss not having the damage, didn't roll particularly well despite being on 2s and 2s. And Nurgle wards, you gotta put more damage through than you need.
Yep.
So didn't get that guy down, which kind of hurts me, just from, both from taking damage back and actually more than anything tying up both my Mega Bosses in combat is not a fun place to be.
Yeah, it really makes this an interesting priority roll.
Yeah.
I don't know how bad you want the double turn.
Yeah, it was effective for what I was trying to do this turn. Like I'm happy.
Yeah, the turn
with how
went well.
everything but just leaving that one guy is not the best. And yeah, for the most part, all the other combats went super smooth, so no complaints there. Got my points, 5 points here, putting me quite a bit ahead, 5 points ahead, which is I'm a little bit nervous for sure, and Nurgle's tough, right? And the mortals are to cheat through me, quite quickly. So I just got to try and score big while I can and hold on late game.
I'm really struggling to score because of this activation thing, and I'm slow. I can't be where I need to be.
Yep. But does put us into a very interesting turn 2 or turn 3 priority.
I got a 6.
I got a 4. So
I'm gonna take it, and the only reason I'm gonna take it is I can't let you score another full turn, I think.
Okay.
So
very interesting.
Which one are you gonna activate?
I think I am going to activate this objective over here.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, we'll jump into Nurgle, turn 3.
All right.
Saddened to lose so many bestial friends, the Nurgle battle tactic is eye for an eye. The Ironjawz activate the objective, and the cycle of corruption advances to unnatural vitality. The Guo and Maw Crusher both use their finest hour. The Guo cast Mystic Shield on Blowab and Arcane Bolt. Fetus? Or Festus. I was like, what? Okay, I'm like, what the? Festus casts the Leech Lord's Curse on the Maw Crusher, and Blowab fails to cast Miasma of Pestilence. Shut up, don't use that. Don't use that. Please don't use that, dude. The Plague Bearers use at the double. The Maggotkin spend 10 contagion points to summon a Beast of Nurgle. The Mega Boss uses all-out defense as the Guo shoots, dealing 4 damage and taking him out. The Maw Crusher also uses all-out defense as Blowab shoots and deals 3 damage. The Guo uses Mountain of Lonesome Flesh, and Blowab roars the Maw Crusher, who roars the Guo in return. The Guo releases his Arcane Bolt and attacks the Maw Crusher, finishing him off. Taking down both the Mega Bosses, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and score 5 points.
So my turn is done. It was a fantastic turn.
Too good.
Yeah, there was nothing that was like a really good roll. It just kind of worked out the way I wanted. My magic phase was kind of oomph. I failed the one that I really wanted to get off.
Spell.
Yeah, you unbound it
Blowabs.
with Blob. So he still hasn't done any of his special stuff, but we had a decent turn. Gren and Clean one was the king. He walked up, spat on the little the little lord, or whatever he's called, War Boss.
Yeah,
and
boss.
-3 rend is a magical thing.
Yeah, because I really all I cared about, I didn't care if he died, I just wanted him to survive to the combat phase.
So you could just do a ton of damage.
So I could fight on death.
So that went really, really well. Then the 2 big monsters charged into the Maw Crusher, and my Gren and Clean one just slaughtered him. It was great, and because
did the mortals with his
monstrous rampage.
Roared. So I couldn't all-out defense.
And then just punched you up. He didn't even get to his Nurgling profile, so he beat the crap out of it. And because he was able to kill it and Blob didn't have to attack, he got to pile in and take the objective. Which let me score primary for the first time this game, because you activated this one, so I got to hold more. Scoring me a 5, which puts me in a wonderful spot, I think. I'm in a tanky spot. I've got Mystic Shield up on Blob, so if you come in at him, he's somewhat tanky. Yeah, overall it's just a solid turn. And I scored eye for an eye, obviously. I took a very big eye, a few of them in fact. And yeah, I think I'm in a pretty good shape going into your next turn.
Yeah, putting me in a tough spot for sure. To try and fight our way out of it with some orcs, so we'll just jump into Ironjawz, turn 3.
Nice.
Enraged at the losses of their bosses, that rhymes, the Ironjawz battle tactic is eye for an eye. The Weird Gnome and Guo both fail heroic leadership. The single Gorgrunta rallies, but no models are returned. The Weird Gnome Shaman casts a great big green hand of Gork and teleports the Gorgruntas. The War Chanter uses Violent Fury on the Gorgruntas, who then use Mighty Destroyers. The Beast of Nurgle uses all-out defense, and the Gorgruntas only do 6 damage to it. The other beast attacks the brutes, dealing 4 damage in total. The brutes fight back using all-out attack and finish off the beast. The beast deals 1 damage to the Gorgruntas. Nurgle's disease points deal 7 damage in total. Struggling to deal enough damage, the Ironjawz complete their battle tactic and score 3 points.
Ironjawz turn 3 was far from perfect. I just wanted to take 2 objectives, get my points, try and maintain and keep building that lead. Here, my Gorgruntas, 3 of them couldn't finish off a beast. And then in the hit back and disease, I lost a Gorgrunta, almost 2. So I didn't take this objective, which is the real sad part here. Keeping me only at 3 points rather than the 5 I was hoping for, making it, again, just easier for you to come back with me scoring less, of course. And kind of in a unsure point what I wanted to do with the brutes. I could have gone into the Plague Bearers or the beast to kind of backdoor that objective. Neither were great options. I'm either, as I went, I'm not on the objective, kind of in no man's land, giving you easy access to this one, but also going just into the Plague Bearers, if I lose priority, you're just there with spells and everything ready to rinse those guys, so.
Yeah, and you came in and you just killed the frog to the wound.
Yeah, so
I spiked pretty high on the ward on this one. He should have killed it. That was, the dice were helping.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but that's it, and we are into a turn 4 priority. That's a 2, roll a 1.
I got a 4, and I gotta take it.
All right, sounds good. We'll jump into Nurgle, turn 4.
Keen to share their joy with the remaining orcs, the Nurgle battle tactic is against the odds. The Ironjawz activate an objective and the cycle of corruption advances to Feckin' Vigor. The Guo fails heroic leadership while the Weird Gnome Shaman succeeds. The Gorgruntas rally, returning 1 model. The Guo casts Mystic Shield on himself, then Arcane Bolt. Festus fails to cast the Leech Lord's Curse, and Blow Up miscasts Miasma of Pestilence. I almost said fetus again. The Plague Bearer is used at the double. The Maggotkin spend 14 Contagion points to summon 10 Plague Bearers. The Beast of Nurgle deals 1 mortal wound on impact. The Blow-Up uses Forward to Victory and makes his charge. The Shaman uses all at defense, but Blow-Up takes him out and deals 2 damage to the War Chanter. The Gorgrunta attacks and finishes off a Beast of Nurgle. The beast deals 2 damage to the Gorgrunta, and the War Chanter fails to do any damage. Claiming the battlefield and chasing down the greenskins, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and score 5 points.
Yeah, so that's my turn. It went fairly well. Some things didn't go as planned, others went fine. I think I'm in a decent position. I was hoping to really do some damage to them, but they were just far enough out of range that I couldn't threaten them with the Great and Clean one. It was literally an inch.
Yep.
So I decided not to go into them, and I just set up walls. So Jordan's gonna have his turn. He'll kill something, but whatever. He activated this objective, made a proving ground, so I had to summon more Plague Bearers. It's fine. It's great. So I've got every objective on the field right now. Over here, this frog came in, killed a Gorgrunter, which made this charge for this guy really long. He failed it. And then the Gorgrunta killed the one thing, so I didn't have enough attack power here to finish off that last Gorgrunta. He's hurt. He's got disease points on him. I don't see him being a major threat. Blob went over for the heroes. He made the charge, killed the general, and then did nothing really to
Takes my teleport. Guy. Not that I'm really teleport. There's nothing to teleport, but
and slows down your CP and it's
my buffer, I guess.
So yeah, it just puts you in an interesting place. You did rally back a Gorgrunta though, so you now have a unit over here. I don't know what your plan is for it, but it actually is it's more of a it's not a nothing anymore.
Yes.
So there's that. Yeah, overall it's pretty good. I feel pretty safe. I know the brutes are going to beat something up, but I mean, even if you double turn me, I think I'm in not the worst spot, and I think I'm just going to keep scoring now. So yeah, we'll see how you handle your 4th turn.
Yep,
but I'm happy with it. I think things are going well.
I'm less happy, but we'll jump into an Ironjawz turn 4.
Still hoping to somehow claim victory, the Ironjawz battle tactic is against the odds. The War Chanter and Guo both fail heroic leadership. The War Chanter uses Mighty Destroyers, then uses Violent Fury on the Gorgrunta. The brutes use all-out attack and the Inspired Triumph as the Plague Bearers defend and only deal 9 damage to the demons. Ouch. The Plague Bearers fight back, dealing 2 damage to the brutes. Nurgle's disease points deal 5 mortal wounds and kill another brute. Again failing to secure an objective, the Ironjawz complete their battle tactic and score 3 points.
Well, Ironjawz turn 4 was disappointing. I just, again, scraping every point I can. There's no chance to take this objective, so I pushed him away. Also, just trying to be safe and whatnot, keep him alive. The big thing was the brutes needed to come back and take this objective, seeing as my War Chanter was able to take this one. The big thing was the brutes. Yeah, you made great wards with Nurgle.
Yep.
In the end, I killed 4. And then I only had 8 guys. You killed 1 in combat, put a bunch of disease points on, killed another one in the disease points, meaning we're tied on the objective, and you keep control of it. So that's heartbreaking because that's 1 point, and I'm currently only up 1. So that puts us in a position where obviously turn 5 priority is going to be super important.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I lost that point, I lost the chance to win.
I agree. Unless I don't get my battle tactic.
Yeah.
But I can barge with a summon from that guy. So I don't see any way.
It's got to be starting army, but we'll double check that.
There's a bunch of other ones I'm sure I can get.
You got other beasts over there too. Yeah. So again, if I had gotten that, I would be up another point. And if I won prio, I would be at a point where I could remain up 1. We both did our battle tactics, but here it's probably looking like with a prio we'll tie. But there's still game to play either way, so.
Yep.
Heartbreak
here.
Yeah, I lost 2 guys, so I'll lose 1 more. I'll double check their bravery.
I'm just gonna spend my CP.
Yeah, no problem. And that's that. So Ryan into priority.
Oh yes.
I should have saved that 5.
I'm obviously going to take it.
Yeah, cool. Well, we'll jump into Nurgle turn 5.
Looking to secure victory, the Nurgle battle tactic is barge through enemy lines. Blowab and the War Chanter both use their finest hour. Blowab casts Miasma of Pestilence on the War Chanter, and Guo casts Mystic Shield on the Plague Bearers. The Gore-Grunter redeploys, moving 4 inches. Blowab shoots at the War Chanter, dealing 3 damage, then the Guo finishes him off. The beast uses Forge of Victory and makes its charge, then finishes off the Gore-Grunter. Stopping the little fight left in the orcs, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and score 5 points.
So my turn's done. It was kind of what we'd expect. I barged through enemy lines, scored my points. I control everything on the battlefield. I spat the guy to death. It was glorious. Tried for a really long charge here, failed it, not a big deal. Pulled back with the Plague Bearers to stand there and hold the objective. That worked great. And then my Toad charged in and killed the last Gore-Grunt over here, which was his last hope of getting a battle tactic this turn. So good job, Frog. You're almost the MVP, but you still lose to the Nurglings. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, so the big thing, killing that Gore-Grunter denied me my battle tactic. I was setting up here, trying to keep him safe, so I did it barge turn 5. Barge plus that would have given me 3 points, potentially 4 if it was nearly had a potential to still get 4 with the way this worked out, because you just in the end decided to tow onto this objective.
Though that said, I probably wouldn't have killed the guy with spit, so I could charge him. Yeah. So I think you had a high chance of 3 if I didn't make this charge, and it would have, and that would have tied the game because we both would have got our grand strategies.
Yeah, and I would still have a chance at head-to-head actually, since barge would have been obviously easier. Head-to-head to set my boots in here, but even assuming I get that. Get my 1 point for this objective in the tactic. That's 3 points for the turn. Putting you up 19-18 at the end of round 5. Because I do have those Gore-Grunters I've kept in the corner, I am getting my battle tactic, grand strategy. And your big boy sitting in the middle guarantees you yours. So that puts the game to 22-21.
Close one.
Yeah,
I started to get a little worried there when I scored nothing from primary in the first 2 rounds, but Nurgle did Nurgle things.
As we said, that 1 point of like being tied on models was,
when I spiked all those. I had 3 times this game where I spiked Disgustingly Resilient like ridiculous, and all 3 of those times were pivotal. Yeah.
I mean, that's Nurgle, right? Sometimes it swings the other way and you don't get what you need or what you want. So it happens, but I honestly, it's like after your turn 3, I was like, okay, this game is not in a good spot, which it wasn't on the battlefield, but I still had the resources and the points lead to keep it.
To try and hold on.
I
spiked high on priority rolls. I think if you'd won a priority, you would have been able to get more points.
I just should have rolled the priority before that battle shot, and it would have been fine. But no. I think if I had 1 priority, it still would have ended in a tie.
Yeah, I think you would have got 1 or 2 more points, maybe. Yeah. But the fact that I won 4 priorities in a row, which is unheard of for me.
No, you didn't, because I gave you turn 1.
You won.
I gave you round 2 priority.
I won 3 in a row. Yeah. You won 1 and I won 3.
Yeah.
But it was important. Every single time I won, I was like, if he wins, he gets further ahead here.
Yeah, it's the points advantage that I was building.
And when it comes down to, we came down to 1 point. All you had to do was deny me 1 more point somewhere.
Yeah.
It could have swung either way. So I think it's very close. It was typical Nurgle, where at the end of the game, if this game goes 5 more turns, they just dominate.
Yeah, you can continue grinding and grinding.
And I mean, the Great Unclean one, he didn't do much other than kill Maw Crusher. I guess that's a lot.
That was the best. He was so perfect, and he shot off the other one, right?
That's true.
The other mega boss.
The Wither Stave, not once did I roll a single disease roll within range of the Wither Stave, and you didn't once attack him, so his -1 to be hit didn't matter.
Yeah.
So he's champion. Like the only time he hasn't been champion is when you bow snaked him into the ground.
Yeah.
And even that game, I still managed to pull it out. But yeah, like even when I lose, he's doing work the whole time.
He does. I think the MVP has to go to those nerdlings.
Oh yeah, that was
who made the charge and killed the War Chanter, because that cut like my output in half in like of 2 units that I buff in a turn.
Yeah, I will agree that
that was pivotal.
This is the first time I've run Nurglings. It won't be the last. Yeah. That said, I never expect them to pull this off again.
Because that again would have allowed me, just that War Chanter would have allowed me to kill that one beast that kept me in combat. You didn't retreat him, so I couldn't redeploy. All those moments could be pivotal.
Nurglings do their thing, and I hummed and hawed about that because when you told me that guy's profile, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna run in and die. Yeah. And I should have just run in and died, but.
Yeah, in hindsight, I think one of my big mistake was I put my 2 mega bosses right up behind my screen, thinking.
Yeah, you let me tag them.
Yeah, which was fine. I'm thinking, oh, I'll get to pile in and hit, forgetting about the sloppity.
Yeah.
No pile in, but either way, it also just put them danger close to everything else.
Yeah.
Where leave my screen
and
there.
They're fast enough that they don't care. Well, the one of them's fast, the other one's slow as.
But I think could have kept them safer. Keep them back here. There was no incentive really for them to be there. That also would have denied your battle tactic that round if they hadn't been there, because you ended up killing the Lord Rentas.
Yep. Which I didn't expect.
As well, again, that first turn I could have been more proactive with my screen. Putting them up here, making you come into combat, meaning on your turn you're not getting all the way into my zone.
Well, it depends. Like if you'd come in and died, then it would have done nothing.
Well, I would have just not even charged.
Oh, you were just like standing, like I was doing here all the time.
Yeah, or potentially charge, try and blow one up if I'm buffed, blow one beast up, and then use the hunt and crush to like get the normal move at the end of combat. And
I agree. You're playing a very alpha, very angry army, and you played reserved.
Well,
and it gave me a chance to bring the battle to you.
Well, yes and no, because I do have to, I can't just whip everything in.
You can't.
Because Nurgle will wear it down super quick. Like the mortals and the spells. I
agree, but I think like you castled and I castled, and I'm just better at castling. So in the end, that gives me an advantage. Yeah. So. But it was close, and there was a point where I was like,
a little bit.
Ooh, I might not be able to recover this.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah. Just 1 or 2 points would change the outcome here, but those are the games we love, so can't complain about it. Good one here, big win for the Nurgle. But guys, I think that about wraps it up. So I hope you enjoyed that battle report. Don't forget you can find more content in our YouTube channel membership if you want to check that out, as well as the different campaigns to support the channel, help us get that Beast of Chaos army out on the table. All those things go a long way to help the channel. So thank you so much for your support, just watching, hanging out, all that stuff. We love it. We love you, and we'll see you soon in another video.